What's good, y'all? It's your boy Havoc. Final round. Beterbiev. Wow, what a monster. This dude, he's just built different. I mean, you look at him and he's just built different. You can tell that. But, I mean, there's some guys, man, you fight against or you spar, and they punch in a way that just hits different. Even if they glance you on the damn shoulder, it feels like your whole body has been rocked, shaken. Your bones are rattled to the core. There's just some guys, man, like I said, they're built differently. He's like the Wolverine of boxing. He's made of steel. I don't know what the hell is in his gloves, but I bet you it feels like a ton of bricks hitting you when he hits you. And I mean, there's been sparring partners of Beterbiev that said this guy, when they get out of sparring with him, they say it feels like they just got out of a car accident. That is terrifying. You know, this dude is going to be very, very... I mean, the only thing I can see stopping him at this point is his age. Don't get me wrong, he can be outboxed. You know, he is a little bit robotic. He doesn't have the greatest head movement. But don't get it twisted, you guys. The guy can box. He has great punch placement. He has a beautiful punching technique. He sits on his punches. He's a great pressure fighter. And he has some beautiful hooks to the body. And one of his best punches that I really like that he throws, it's like a combination between a jab and a hook. Very effective, very short and concise, and you can tell there's lots of power behind it. And his ability to shift into the southpaw stance or shift his weight forward while he's closing the distance is absolutely phenomenal. But, you know, a lot of people were saying initially, you know, Marcus Browne, oh, he looked good. I don't know why he stopped boxing. And, you know, Marcus Browne did come out and he boxed very well. Don't get it twisted. Browne can box pretty good. You know, and he was getting his back off the ropes in the corner initially. And a lot of people were confused, like, why did Browne stop doing that? Why? He pretty much beat himself. And I'm laughing in my head. I'm like, dude, this guy's a pressure fighter. Okay, he's breaking Marcus Browne down. Okay, he's breaking him down. You might not see it, okay, but initially, and it may not seem like it, but when this guy's putting pressure on you, cutting off the ring, hitting you with hooks to the body, and he's hitting you with the power he has, you're going to start to feel that. You're going to start to slow down. And it don't matter how much you want to sit there and stick and move, your legs are going to start to betray you, and now you're going to be a sitting duck, like you saw. And this dude's a savage. Look at him. There's a headbutt that causes a big gash in the middle of his forehead. I question Browne. I'm starting to think he's a dirty fighter. I don't want to throw that out there yet, but the same headbutt happened in the Badu Jack fight. He had a big gash in his forehead, and he had the fight. Props to Badu Jack. That was, I mean, I don't know how he got through that fight. Same thing happened to Beterbiev, but Beterbiev, he turned into an absolute monster. This dude looks like a character out of a scary Halloween movie. I mean, he only got nastier after that cut. He boxes and presses forward for multiple rounds with blood in his face, blood in his eyes, gash on his head. It did not stop him. It's like it didn't faze him at all. He was literally seeing red. And he dominated from that point on. But, you know, hell, I can't really blame Browne. I mean, he was literally getting killed in there. So, you know, he threw some low blows as well. So he was probably fighting to survive. Look at this combination, man. Beautiful punching, beautiful combinations. Look at that beautiful hook to the body. Eats a right hand like it's dinner, like it's nothing. It's crazy, man. Look at him. This is just swarming him. This dude's scary, man. He's scary. You know, part of the reason I think he punches so hard, he does a lot of wrist exercises. I've seen him in training. He does like a lot of wrist exercises, knuckle ups, push ups, all these variations, and you know, that type of stuff. And that's probably why he's have bricks in his damn hand or something. But like I said, these Eastern Bloc fighters, man, they're just built different. I don't know what it is. But yeah, like I was saying, you guys, look, Marcus Browne, he did the best he could. It wasn't a result of he just abandoned his game plan. He was getting broken down, very similar to Caleb Plant, Canelo Alvarez. Even though Caleb Plant was kind of outboxing Canelo initially, overall, Canelo was setting up for the long haul. Okay, Canelo understood, I'm gonna break this guy down. And he eventually got to him, got to the body. and then broke Caleb Plant down, which means he essentially outboxed him. Same thing here. You know, Beterbiev, you know, was patient. He broke his opponent down, okay? And then he started teeing off and taking control of the fight. And, you know, what's going to be difficult for a lot of opponents he goes up against is, can they withstand the juggernaut? Can they withstand the power he's bringing? Look at that hook to the body. Oh my gosh, that right hand to finish it off. Whew. This dude's going to be a nightmare. You're going to need speed, power, and boxing abilities to beat this dude. Now, he has been knocked down once. I forgot the opponent who did it. I think he was from the UK. Caught him with the tight little hook. It was a nice hook. Knocked Beterbiev down. So, you know, he is touchable. Like I said, he doesn't have the greatest head movement. Look at him shifting. You know, anybody saying Beterbiev can't box, this is just not true. He's using angles. He's good footwork. It's just not flashy stuff. But, you know, I'm not saying he's not beatable. I think he can be beaten. You know, I think you can outbox him, but you better have speed. You better have power. And you better have some good boxing skills. But even if you have that, can you withstand the beating? Can you withstand the juggernaut? And it's going to be very hard. I would love to see a matchup with him and Canelo. That would be a hell of a fight. You know, after Canelo gets this Macaboo stuff out of the way, I would love to see him go down and face Beterbiev. Do I think it's going to happen? No. I think, look, if anybody can beat him, I think Canelo can. But I would love to see that matchup. It'd probably look something like the Triple G fight, only a little bit nastier. I think Beterbiev would walk through a lot of Canelo's punches. You know, Triple G, even though he fought Canelo, he was very cautious. He fought behind his jab. It seems like Beterbiev, he'll walk in, you know, and take a few just to throw some hooks. So I think that would be such a fun fight to watch. I would think Canelo would have to be on the back foot, take a similar approach he did in that Triple G fight. He would have to press forward at certain moments. But, man, that would be a fun one. I hope we get it. I definitely do. And I think Zurdo had a fight. He did very well against Gonzalez the other night. I think Zurdo would match up. He's a pretty big boy. He's got good boxing skills, good speed, good power. I think he would match up well. Bivol, I think he's the odd man out. Bivol hasn't really impressed me lately. But, man, this don't get it twisted, you guys. I know he's robotic, but he can box. Look at that left hook to the body and brings the left hook to the head. Very precise punch placement, very tight hooks. This dude can box. Look at the face. Look at Browne's face. That's a face of a man who had his soul taken away. Wow. Bravo to Beterbiev. He is an absolute savage. I was saying it before the fight. I didn't get to make a video for this one, but I was on some online panels and I was saying it before the fight. I was like, this dude is built different. And a lot of people were saying Browne was going to figure out a way to win. I was like, no chance. No chance. This dude is something else. So, man, so many good matchups in boxing, so many great fights we can see, so many great matchups. All we got to do is get these fighters to just pull the trigger and, you know, face each other. But, yeah, Beterbiev looks good. Also, David Morrell, I'm not going to be able to make a video on him in a post-fight reaction for what he did. But, man, David Morrell, he's going to be a savage. You know, he would match up very nicely against Canelo or David Benavidez, even though he's only 5 fights into his career. He's a kind of Cuban-schooled fighter. He has a lot of potential, but he still needs to build. But, man, lots of good fights. I would love to see Canelo versus Beterbiev. Tell me what you think about Beterbiev. Who do you think he should face next? I think Joe Smith would be a nice matchup, and Bivol and I think Zurdo should face each other, and then we get the winner of those 2 fights to go for undisputed at light heavy, and then I would love to see Canelo face the top dog at light heavyweight. But, man, after Canelo gets done with this Macaboo fight, I tell you what, guys, he's got Killer's Row behind him. I mean, he still has, at middleweight, he still has Benavidez. He still has David Morrell climbing up the ranks. You know, those aren't easy fights. Then at light heavyweight, I mean, he's got Beterbiev. And I think Zurdo would be a really good matchup against Canelo Alvarez. So, we'll see, man. Yes, some of these guys need to hash it out between each other, and kind of earn their right to face the pound for pound best in the sport right now, who's Canelo Alvarez. But man, Canelo, he's got Killer's Row behind him. There's lots of interesting matchups to happen, and this is one of the guys to be on the lookout for. He is beatable. You can touch him up, but can you handle the power? Can you handle the pressure? And can you box on a tightrope for 12 rounds? That's the question with Beterbiev. So tell me what you guys think. Like the video, subscribe, and yeah, stay out. Keep watching, man. Boxing's still alive. We still got a lot of issues within this sport, but let's push for the matchups we want. Stay on the online panels and let your voice be heard. Until another one, it's your boy Havoc. Get at me.